Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trail Mix, where the nuts might be a little stale, but the company is always fresh.
Here we are with some great signs. We're here at the Burlington Mall near the ice facility. It's been protested by so many. And these folks are out, real Americans in the cold weather. It's 40 degrees. It's windy. Folks are going by and blowing their horns. I've got a little video here to explain what this is all about.
Detention center in Burlington, where Marcelo Gomes da Silva was held for several days. The Milford High School junior was released from the facility a couple of days ago after being detained last weekend. We get more now from WBZ's Logan Hall.
Just days after Marcelo Gomes da Silva was released from an ICE detention center, we are learning more about the conditions that detainees are kept in.
I haven't showered in 6 days. I haven't done anything. The only thing I could do is thank God every day, because that's all I would do.
The Milford High School student describes being held in a cell with several other adult men, sharing an open bathroom, not bathing for days, eating crackers, and having only a thin Mylar blanket for warmth. He now wears a piece of that blanket on his wrist as a reminder of what he went through.
Nobody should be in here. Like, most people down there are all workers. They all got caught going to work, and like these people have families, man. Like, they have kids to go home.
Craig Crawford here, retired journalist working for nothing but the truth and Social Security checks. And we're out here with the protesters at the facility that you just talked about there. At the Burlington Mall. We're going to have some chatters later. And then these protesters are out here where the mall traffic for Black Friday is coming in and going out. And it's 40 degrees and windy. And so these are some real patriots that come out here today. And I like the homemade signs. Hi. Oh, I love the sign. I like homemade signs. Those are the best. That's great. See, they're spread out all down the road here. They're not congregating in any one place so that they can catch all of the Black Friday Burlington Mall traffic that they can. And we've got some more information about this little story to explain what the issues are.
Families, neighborhoods, and communities are coming together tomorrow for Thanksgiving. But many families won't have that blessing because the Trump administration has unleashed masked ICE agents into our communities, brutalizing immigrants, abducting our friends, abducting our neighbors, and separating families without due process. This summer, high school student Marcelo Gomes da Silva was arrested in Milford while he was on his way to volleyball high school practice. And now Babson College student Annie Lucia Lopez Beloza, she was detained and deported after ICE agents stopped her at Logan Airport on the way to surprise her mother and father for Thanksgiving in Texas. These aren't the violent criminals that Trump said he is targeting. These are students. These are young people studying to make a better life and a better world, who love their families and friends and represent the opportunity this country is and always has been a beacon for. This is no way for a country to treat its kids. I've just rallied with community members at the ICE facility in Burlington, Massachusetts, where Marcelo and others had been detained. I have been demanding answers about the conditions at that facility and will be returning soon to continue my oversight there. In the face of Trump's cruelty, there is no other option besides uniting against this hate, uniting and fighting for our shared humanity.
We're all on the side of the street, all up and down. See, this is the road that goes up and down to the mall. So you got all these cars, people going in and out of the mall for Black Friday.
The facts of the situation are something that I don't think they probably want to talk about.
And I got some more video to show here from what's going on.
Categories of people worked with our government in Afghanistan were exactly that all of us.
Right now we have a lovely picture of feet.
Not everybody, but most of us thought were the exact.
You have what?
A lovely picture of feet.
Oh,
There we go.
you want to see there? There's my feet. Here's some other feet. What's that? You're Craig, right? What?
There's something to
Yes,
sign.
thank you for being here. Oh, let me get you on here. Philip. Oh, I gotta push the right button. Hey, what is your name? Paul Kelly. And let me see your sign. Oh, Thomas Paine. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
I love that one.
My son gave this one up.
Yeah, I got people on here praising that one. Thomas Paine. You know, he wrote this 250 years ago in January, 1776. That came out in January too.
Well, we all know that Trump likes stupid people.
Hey, this is a fun crowd.
Rise up, my people, my convoys, my eagles, blow you indeed. Forever be eagle. Rise up, my people, my convoys, my eagles, blow you indeed. Forever be eagle. Rise up, my people, my convoys, my eagles. Rise up, my people, my convoys, my eagles.
This is what you call democracy on the curb. Hey, these guys are hand. What y'all hand? Oh, you got the hand warmers.
Hand warmers over there.
Oh yeah, that's handy. Literally. Okay, I'm gonna pop on. There's a local comic called Jimmy Tingle, who was here yesterday. He had this to say.
And here we are, my friends, almost 400 years later, and there are still people coming to this country for freedom, religious freedom, economic freedom, political freedom. And obviously it's a very, very controversial issue, ladies and gentlemen. But when you look at the hardships that many of these people endured, some of which are in that building right there behind us. When you look at the hardships, walking here, through the desert, through the Darien Gap, having to deal with drug traders and human smugglers, and coming not on trains, on the tops of trains, across the desert, ladies and gentlemen. On a certain level, when you look at the ambition and the courage that it takes to come to another place, are they not, on a certain level, modern day pilgrims? Yes. Are they not, on a certain level, modern day pilgrims? Think about this. Sneaking, and I'm not advocating for illegal immigration. All I'm saying is that the people in that building and the people that they're going after right now in this country would probably make pretty good citizens based on the risk they take to sneak into this country. Think about this. Think about this. Sneaking into a country to work. That's incredible. That's like somebody breaking into your house to clean it. And people say they're taking our jobs. Are they taking our jobs, ladies and gentlemen? Or are they doing or are they doing our jobs? 40% of the farm workers and the agricultural workers in this country are undocumented workers. 40% of the people who grow the food, pick the food, process the food are undocumented. When is the last time an American citizen went for a job picking lettuce? Think about that.
So we're trying to figure out where that was coming from.
Yeah, I had CNN on the TV, and it's right above my computer.
Anyway, I pulled some things to, more generally speaking about ICE. Here's a interesting poll. This is the most recent polling, and it's a change from several months ago. But what do you think of that? I mean, we're down to about a third of the country that just wants to deport everyone. That was actually higher before Trump started all this.
Yeah, well, isn't that just about Trump's favorability, 32%?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that probably is true. The horns you hear in the background are people who are cheering on the protesters here at the Burlington Mall as they come out from their shopping.
What worries me about this is we should have gotten those Dreamers approved long before we had this idiot in office.
Well, of course, Obama tried, but the Supreme Court struck it down, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, he couldn't get it through Congress.
So he did it by executive order, and I don't think they were able to keep it on the books.
Right.
Yeah. And that one
of the ones they just deported has been here since she was 2 months old.
Yeah. And there's the one here, Babson. Babson is a university business school here in Boston. And she's 19, been here since she was 8 years old. And she was boarding the plane at Logan to go see her family in, I think, in Texas. And they grabbed her and hauled her over here to this facility where we're protesting now. And then eventually sent her to Honduras. And in the meantime, a federal judge ordered that she not be deported or moved out of state. And they did both. They moved her to another state and then deported her in total defiance of the judge. And that's a live case going on right now.
Now, there has to be some way to sue ICE for just totally violating court orders.
You'd think. We didn't think we'd have a situation where the president just ignored courts, and then we had to figure out how to deal with it.
And then there was that huge screen that Trump posted last night, obviously written by Stephen Miller. I mean, it's a mile-long, hate-filled, deport everybody screen.
There's another panel that I made. Take that one down, put this one up. Now, see, there you see, this is a combination of polls. That's almost a 10-point drop in support for mass deportation since the summer, since this all started.
Yeah, ICE is thoroughly pissing off everybody.
I keep wondering if we're going to see the same thing happen in the midterms next year that happened in his first midterm. You remember kids in cages? So you brought up Steve Miller. That was Steve Miller's handiwork, the kids in cages. And they lost that midterm Democrats netted 41 seats after that. They could be heading down that same path.
Do we know how many Congress critters are
Yes.
leaving?
I saw that there's apparently a growing number.
Yeah, if they're vetted for their retirement, they might as well get out now.
Yeah. I made this other panel here. See, here's what the country supports. This is basically what Obama did.
Right.
This is the policy that Americans support. And Obama, immigrant communities called him the deporter in chief because he deported a lot of people.
Yeah.
But he did it legally and humanely. And they only went after violent offenders and true criminals. We had a discussion with actually you.
Yeah, instead of doing what he said, going after violent offenders, Trump is ordering them to go after the easiest to deport.
Yeah, because they just want the numbers as high as possible.
Right.
And that's where they're running afoul with the public, I think. As people realize that's what's happening. I mean, I had a
And how many industries he's destroying by doing it.
Yeah. I mean, here's a little clip on if you get inside the polls about people actually support, and it's they want them only going after dangerous criminals, not 19-year-old college students who's lived here since he was 8 years old, like just happened here in Boston. I mean, check this out.
These protests came to a head in LA over the weekend. A CBS News poll conducted between Wednesday and Friday of last week found positive support for President Trump's deportation efforts. Take a look at this. 54% of Americans said they approved of the president's program to deport people who were in the country illegally. 42% said they believed the program was making the country safer. And as you see on your screen there, 30% said actually it makes the country less safe. CBS News Elections and Surveys Executive Director Anthony Salvanto can explain what this all means. He joins us here now. Anthony, good morning to you. Help us understand what's behind these views. What does the data show?
So good morning. Look, heading into the weekend, we conducted the poll. It's really now looking at context, what shapes people's views on all this. And there's two things. The first one that's really pivotal is who do people think the program is trying to deport? And if people feel, as 53% do, that it's trying to deport dangerous criminals, then they're largely in support. But if they feel that the program is targeting those who are not, then you don't see support. It drops off dramatically. The second part is how many? And this we asked, compared to what you expected. Is the program trying to deport more people, about what you expected, or fewer? The folks who say it's trying to deport more are actually less approving of the program overall. So,
yeah, this is the actual surge in arrests under Trump, up 110%, 20,000 a month, and a lot of these arrests aren't sticking. They end up having to release them. They either drop the charges or the judges throw them out. Twice as many ICE arrests get thrown out as all other federal prosecutions. I actually had old
They don't
stat
like
dude.
I'm sure Trump doesn't let people know how many just get put back out on the streets.
Yeah, well, we had I had Stat did do this a couple of weeks ago on how all these showy arrests that make the news, what doesn't get covered is so many more of them than usual end up freed because the charges weren't any good or don't stick.
In other words, ICE cases are basically flunking out at about twice the rate of your average federal cases.
We're back here with old friend Stat Dude, ChatGPT with the face and the voice. Our last video, you laid out the doubling of ICE arrests. What happens after those arrests?
It's big wow, more people getting scooped up. Now the real fun part. What actually happens next? Do these arrests turn into convictions, deportations, or they just vanish into bureaucratic limbo? Is that their failure rate is about double that of other federal prosecutions.
They're getting out and making a lot of flashy arrests.
Exactly. It's like they're all about the big show at the front end, hitting those splashy headlines with a bunch of arrests. But what they don't exactly put on the marquee is how many of those cases fizzle out before they ever lead to a conviction. So yeah, a lot of people end up back out the door without ever being found guilty. It's kind of the part of the story they conveniently leave out of the press releases. But hey, so we're here for, right?
That's what we're here for. Next time, we're going to talk about civil administration and how many of those end up in deportations.
It's like the next episode in our thrilling saga of what really happens after the handcuffs click.
Details and sources on Trail Mix Briefs.
I like that for those who still read.
But yeah, this Trail Mix Briefs is where I put all the details about this Burlington case. And I even made a barcode up at the top corner. People can take a picture of that with their phone, and it'll take you straight to Trail Mix Briefs. Yeah. We had Renee on here. Another aspect of all this immigration stuff, which Jimmy Tingle, that comic, alluded to earlier when he said, who's going to pick our lettuce? How many actual citizens are going to show up and pick lettuce? And we had Renee. Remember, Renee was here a while ago. And she pointed out what was happening with apples in New Hampshire.
We have a lot of apples here, and it's Jamaicans who come and pick them, and they're not coming. They didn't come in the spring to pick the strawberries. All I could think was they would rather be at home and be poor than to wind up taking a chance of being in some prison in El Salvador.
Everything he's trying to do, he's doing exactly on the other side, the wrong thing that gets stuff done.
Yeah, and I keep coming back to nobody's saying we should have totally open borders. And this policy right here is what people want. And it's what Obama did. And it's the policy to support. Is you deport violent offenders, you keep families and longtime residents, and none of these dragnet raids. That's all people are really asking for. Nobody's saying open all the borders and let everybody come in. That's what the other side's always accusing us of saying.
Yeah, and besides, the way to keep them at home is to have successful industries on that side of the border, which is what the whole pact with Canada, U.S., and Mexico was about. And Trump blew that one up.
And we talked the other day here in me and Jack about the Obama record. And that's the thing. Democrats under Obama had this figured out. And Obama was tough on immigration. But he did it legally. He did it humanely. And more importantly, his arrests and deportations survived court challenges. I mean, twice the rate of Trump's are getting thrown out by courts because they're just so sloppy about it. And here's our discussion recently about that.
You know, they just very carefully and professionally and methodically and kind of quietly went about one of the most aggressive deportation agendas we've seen from any president in a long time. The Obama administration is a model for how to deal with this.
Well, I think they did a better job
along the border, and that's where you get a lot of your deportations.
Right.
And then I think they did emphasize basically if you broke the law, then you get deported.
Yeah.
And they kept track of people.
Immigration advocates I do remember them calling him deporter in chief.
They weren't zip tying kids in the middle of the night.
Right. And
I mean, that was horrifying.
Like you say, they're rounding up all these people, and then they can't make it stick.
And we're paying a lot of money for a lot more than we did. Oh my God.
It seems to me like they are tending to do of saying, well, we think this building has undocumented people in it. You know, and it's like a whole apartment building that they're raiding rather than an apartment.
I thought that was the perfect way to put it. They're raiding the whole building instead of an apartment.
I got 3 total. He has one, and then
Oh, I hear a TV.
one of each.
For me.
One country and some cups.
You're picking up somebody from your side. Mine's off.
Am I? Okay. And we're going to go over to see the actual ICE facility later, but I think I'll do that after the live stream and tack that onto it later.
Okay.
I think I'm going to bow out and wait until you signal you're at the center.
Yeah, and I'm gonna leave you with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yes. May there be more leaving just like her.
Yeah. And she actually voices the point of view that you don't hear from the Trump side. Of course, I guess she's not on the Trump side.
No.
But here's what she had to say, and we'll talk to you later, Jamie.
Okay, doke. Bye-bye.
We have a labor force in America across many industries that has been built on illegal labor. That's a fact. That also cannot be ignored. And as a conservative and as a business owner in the construction industry and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor, and that needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person and deporting them just like that.
Right.
So, and I'm going to get pushed back on that, but I'm just living in reality from here on out.
Well, this is what I said about importing work crews. Bring them in, put them to work, send them home.
Didn't have my. Oh my God. There's this guy. I can't believe he can keep standing up with all those flags attached to his body. Well, this is the story here at the Burlington ICE facility. Going to go over there a little later and get some video there. But for now, we're going to get out of this cold weather. There's a tavern nearby. My friends here. Hey, these are real Americans. You ask me. And they've got the. Can you give me one more song?
Another song?
Yeah. Here we go. These are our singing protesters. You do that.
Started out with.
Can you hear us as we sing? We're not looking for a king. Let's make truth. Let's make truth. Let's make truth great again. That's how that was. That's great. Let's make kindness. Let's make kindness. Let's make kindness great again.
And then if you really want to get crazy, there's like harmony, but I'm not.
Okay. It's too cold for harmony.
Too cold for harmony. No, exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Thank you for what you're doing. you, Craig. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And this is the site. This is where I put all this.
Excellent.
Just so you know, I'm not working for Trump.
Exactly. He was covering up the hands.
There we have it. We're going to go over to the actual ICE facility that we're protesting next. And I'll turn the live stream off for that for us to get over there. And we'll be back a little later. And that's the word for the Burlington Mall. Here, the Burlington ICE facility protest. You can read all about it on our brief right here at trailmex.cc/briefs. In fact, that barcode up at the top left of your screen, you can click that with your camera, take you straight to the briefs, and I've got a whole report on what's going on at the Burlington ICE facility, so you can learn more about this. And we're going over there next, and so I'll be cranking up the old machine.
Okay, I'm Lady Mau Mau, Craig's built-in emergency brake. If this wasn't enough for you, sign up for the newsletter. It's free, it's thoughtful, and it occasionally makes sense.